So it's 3:37 in the morning. I woke up from that field from my last video because I thought there was some voodoo going on between a spider and my dog. So I wanted to get out of there because I think they use it to prep their victims. And so Minnie was kind of like shaky last night, like something was obviously using voodoo on her. So I just been through this before, and I feed her a lot of water, make sure her tummy temperature isn't getting too warm. Now it could be a spider, or it could be the radiator guns from the Illuminati goons. Okay, whatever. But there certainly weren't any street pole lights in the vicinity this time, and even the house that I discovered after driving to the left was pitch dark. So we drove about 13 miles into Paducah, Kentucky, and I just want to chill and wait for my Social Security deposit. It's gonna be a Monday tomorrow, so I've got over 12 hours. And I just want to give my car rest. I just got an email from Hertz Rentals saying that once I get approved for a voucher to get an oil change, I could use it at any national vendor. So I want to make sure I have money just in case something go down. Because I could have had my oil changed in Wichita, Kansas, but I don't know. Maybe they flagged me. I had left something written on the back of my windshield. And I think they were flagging me as see if my assassin catches up to me or something. I mean, and when there's like another girl, like a young black girl, like not a toddler and not a teenager, like I'll be worried that that's an idiosyncrasy meant to erase how much I love my dog. So they were being like a chokehold, but it was just, I knew what was going on. And then I was like on my way back to Wichita that time after I had left and everything. And when I called them, they were like, oh, because they were saying that even though I was sent a work order to that Firestone, that they couldn't get it on their end, but it was showing in the system. And I was really just thinking they were holding it back. And so I was driving through fields that time and I saw some tire marks. And as I drove over those tire marks, the guy was just like, oh, it's like approved now. You can get your oil changed and it won't be until like tomorrow. So I know I passed that Firestone twice and stuff working in Wichita, and I was getting my momentum that time. But I remember on my way out that 2 cars felt stocky because there was a Walmart pickup for curbside that was at a specific time. But instead of taking that Greenwich Road exit off of Kellogg Drive, 454, I kept going down all the way to 60 through Kabul and Willow Springs and Springfield, and I think you got to go out of your way to go to West Plains, but that's okay. That's like if I really need the gas, I will sit and wait 2 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 22 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours to piece together money to get to where I'm going. But I had already been all the way through to South Carolina, and I haven't been to Orlando, Florida, Winter Park, Florida, Full Sail University twice in this rental yet. But like they really pieced me up with them Lowe's order because I was getting drugged by Chick-fil-A and stuff, and I wouldn't wreck my car. I'm under the impression that as long as I know, the cops won't bother me. And so as long as I know when to pull over and chill, right? So I had drove a little ways north to go back to this little place that we were camping at. It was a field with tree branches cut down everywhere, but we was like not too deep into that. And I could tell there was a gas station right off the highway that I always stumble across, and there's like this black and white chick that works there that I be chopping it up with for a brief second. So I know to go right and down a ways, but I found me something else. Slept there, kind of cleaned my car during the daytime, chill, wondered what I should do. But I was planning on chilling since then to get my Social Security deposit. And I had a lot of water, and I didn't need a whole lot of food. I needed the food for Minnie. So you could go a week without food. You can't go that long without water. But a dog is different. I'm not sure exactly how long they can go without food. And then the water would probably less than a human too. So I'm always able to hold back my water consumption for hers if I have to. It usually required not drinking anything with sugar in it, like this brisk tea. But this is just how serious I am about like parking my car for a little while in case I get withdrawal symptoms from juice and a banana, because the banana ain't just like a tangerine or something. So we're like worried that when I pulled out of that rest area of mine, there was a Cisco truck, and that's idiosyncrasy for the singer Cisco with his blonde hair. And I don't want to do blonde hair ever again, because like anything that I've done in the past, I don't want to get haunted for it, as if everything that I've done since then doesn't count. And that's what the Illuminati does. They brainwash their victims. They use their victims' memory to explain what they do. And then they try to learn what they learn without snitching it to magic. So I'm holding back the 59 miles of gas that I've got until tomorrow's deposit of $1,000 by not accidentally going to the gas station just to put so much gas in my car, and them having an estimated place of sabotaging me or electrocuting me with their fist, basically. Like, because I don't know how much I'm wanted. I'm thinking that people understand what it is to be me, and how much I didn't mean to be rude, how much I don't mean to be a reckless driver, because I never like accelerate, knowing that it would cause danger, or whenever it's dangerous. So after the semi truck with the Cisco words on it, there was a cop. Then there was another cop in case I waited and still went that way. And then there was a third cop while I was going north. So I felt like it was as long as I wasn't flipping the switch to Columbia, South Carolina. And now that was the Illuminati chokehold. So I got Nashville scaring me out of going through Tennessee to get back to the Midwest. I got Birmingham, Alabama, and the maroon in my mom's house that burnt down. She had brick fireplace they painted the brick maroon. And that's idiosyncrasy for every time me or my victims look at maroon, it could fake our deaths before we're dead. It could make us think we're in the fire with that brainwashing Illuminati technique. So Birmingham to me is maroon, like their theme color. So that's why I want to avoid Birmingham and Oklahoma City. And then Nashville and Severville's tried to scare me out of going through Tennessee. And then Ohio scared me a long time ago in an Avis rental with this screenshot of my car barely passing another car. Maybe I was at the same speed, but just a car's amount in front of them. And that was rude. I don't want to drive through Ohio's jurisdiction, so they tried to scare me into the... And I was in an Avis Kia Soul rental white, but it wasn't a 2025. But I think everything on the inside does the same. It looks the same. Like they saved you money by using these old school dial knobs, but you've got the CarPlay and the Android Auto. You've got the all digital screen. You've got the lane assist and the sort of lane departure assist, and then it sort of has autopilot like a Honda Accord, but longer. like a like a Honda Accord hybrid. I don't know if the other versions have it. But I wish it had the ambient lighting in the speakers, though. I wish they would put daytime running lights on there for us to choose when to turn it off and on. And the daytime running lights usually go good with regular yellow bulbs. I liked how it stood out on my Chevy Cruze back then. Now I'm thinking of opting in for cars that have solid daytime running lights, and I want an EV just in case by 2050 it's illegal to drive gas-powered vehicles. Then you already have oil rig places being captivated by Russia or the US, because maybe they're trying to get rid of gas-powered vehicles really soon. And I remember back in 2021 or 2023, I saw my first Tesla semi-truck in Lovelock, Nevada on Highway 80. So that was cool. I mean, we're like, I feel like the world's working on environmental friendly devices and vehicles faster than they wanna be, or faster than it just flows naturally, because it's just kind of important. And I don't know too much about trains, but my sixth sense thinks that they're like a mobile nuclear power plant. And this whole time where you drive past those plants with the steam coming out, you don't have to roll up your window, it's just steam. So they have a big pool of water where the reactor is in, and then the people that are in the power plant aren't even scared of the gamma rays, as long as they stay past that point. Then they have reactors that are sitting in a pool separate when they're done using them for years, for decades, for those to wear off the radioactive nutrients that they provide the world. So I've seen power plants with 2 nuclear reactors. I've seen power plants with 1. I think the average is 3 reactors, and I think the best manages 4 reactors in one power plant. So I've done my research on Tennessee's. Kansas only has like 1. Illinois has the most. Birmingham's pretty good about it. Georgia's coming up. They seem pretty firm. South Carolina has 1 just right above Blythewood, where my family's William Cornelius Roby at. And it's somewhere near a Samsung manufacturer plant too. And then I was scared of the nuclear power plants in Florida, but I wasn't scared of them in Illinois, so why should I be scared of them being less of them in Florida? There was 1 along the highway down to Orlando. Then I'm hearing there's 1 in Orlando. I almost slept near 1. I was like, Minnie, we're not, like, like sleeping somewhere where these semi trucks carrying these radioactive chemicals or anything driving past us. So we went straight into Orlando. And the gas station right up the road was like closed for the night or whatever. So that was kind of like a cue that we didn't want to stay too long. It's sort of about how long you stay. And so I didn't like Iowa City, Iowa. I used to like Davenport, Iowa, and Des Moines. But we first found out about how dangerous those lights were when they were shining through the moon roof of the 2015 Chevy Equinox that I had and paid off. Only had full coverage insurance on it. And then I found out how it wasn't permanent and how long the exposure should be, and how I am just better off safe than sorry with all my techniques that I use, preventatives. And I want to go back to using a solar panel just to make it effortless, just to be able to park in bright parking lots effortlessly with a solar panel over on top of us. But I'm thinking South Carolina be about that while I'm not thinking of flipping the switch, aka leave, while I'm not leaving, while I'm not thinking of leaving. And so if I'm still trying to go to Full Sail University, and I'm not gonna feel safe going through Birmingham at any time in the future, and I've only got the through South Carolina up 77 through Hendersonville, and I've got another route through West Virginia which goes through Ohio. I'll have to see about what happens with Ohio on I-80, but just like, I don't even know where that was at, but I'm presuming it was before Columbus, Ohio. That is the home of Mark Wahlberg, the Wahlbergs, and Bow Wow so far. Cleveland, Ohio, that's popular. Oh, and I love Mark Wahlberg, by the way. So I haven't thought of going to places like Detroit, Michigan, even though that's very true. I like to think of Dallas, Des Moines, Detroit, Atlanta, Memphis. All the same. Tall black niggas. And I think it's the home of Janet Jackson. Yeah, I would be honored. I mean, her Rock With You song was like a muse in like between 2007 through like 2011. It was playing in Badlands in Sacramento, California, while I never thought of going to LA or San Francisco. I was too busy being laid by some true yet straight guys and just could have stayed. Never went to LA to wonder why I'd never be. The Illuminati keeps needing Chevy Equinoxes, y'all. I remember I had the 2015 Equinox with the
Your destination is on the
video of the train going underneath the bridge in 2023. it just really makes sense how they're trying to fake my death in cars that I don't want to be known in anymore. You know, once they get stolen and stuff, I ain't running around killing anybody. So the fast food is a minimum of like $2.99 for like a Taco Bell or McDonald's, which I'm trying not to eat for 2+ years now. It seemed like them $1 Big and Tasties was so everybody can eat in peace way before the pandemic. Are we still rolling? Ain't that pretty? Alright. So I think I've rested here before, like 2 years ago, before I stopped driving for Uber for like 2 years. Like, I think I was in a maroon Chevy Trailblazer 2023-ish. Yeah. So I just saw a Kia K4, like the one that I had like the month after last month. Yeah, and hose is going right. I just don't like it at all. Then a black Dodge Ram put it to the parking lot. There's a black Range Rover Sport from like maybe 2012 in their little car lot. I'm at the gas pump. If I make a left to circle the parking lot to let Minnie pee, and I go east, which is left, I'm looking at the consistency of when I do stuff like that. Is probably why I be drugged, so I can't remember, because it would snitch what direction I'm gonna be heading in before I leave the parking lot. They really know what the scooting is. They might call them a tray. They'll probably try to know when I really knew I wasn't supposed to be a retard. So, I can't wait to just go with the flow tomorrow. And you could do whatever you want behind the wheel as long as you get sleep. So I'm wondering when they're going to try to find ways to act like they know me. And I don't do dating apps. I don't do any of that, because they'll electrocute you with their fist and they might not really be gay. And I'm under the strict order that a child molester just wouldn't ruin a white man's face, or that's how the world knew. So I think I still never put a scratch on the digital gauge and the navigation screen, infotainment system, whatever. So I mentioned that I'm at this rest area for about 24 hours or less, waiting on my Social Security deposit so I could pick which direction I'm gonna go. 9 times out of 10, I was gonna surrender this rental so that I could get a different one, y'all. Okay, we gonna get a different one. I'm not really feeling this car anymore because it just comes with a lot of bad memories. The kind that whatever I'm not already doing, like jizzing the love of my life wherever and whoever that would ever be in a white Kia. So y'all, that like I'm just out here working for Uber instead of what I could be on social media monetized with who? With many, right? So this is just something that didn't work out for me either. So I'm gonna try to deep clean this car while I'm waiting and do even more after. I thought about getting a deep clean from the car dealership before I send it back to the rental place. But they told me to wait to schedule the appointment until Monday because their department was closed on the weekend. So I was just excited to kind of take the pressure off of me this time with my money and just have them clean it, because I think their steam cleaners remove any scratch that's on the interior of the car, and that makes everything look brand new. So we're clean. There's maybe nothing I wouldn't have done in here. I remember mud, but I think that's gone. But mainly the floor mat on the driver's side had stuff like dead grass and stuff on it. So I don't be wanting to use my bare hands to clean it. I'll wait until I get gloves to do that. And then the vacuum is for the floor only. So I'm thinking Emporia, Kansas has air chamois, and somewhere in South Carolina. I used to have one of those portable battery fans, but it wasn't like powerful like the kind that they could use as an air chamois. And I think I had way too many fans following me around at that point, so I have no clue what I did with that. But I'm kind of digging my little hairstyle for a second. I'm about to braid me up outside real quick. As soon as I gather me some water and just kind of give me a shampoo and a cleanse. I got a bucket. I could be cleaning my pants and my shirt. Give me a bath. There is a Dollar General down this way if I go west. They have those skunk pants that are real good. But long story short, I feel like the East Coast wants to wreck my car so that it is what it is, and then they could see kind of how I was or wasn't dirty. And that's kind of what they do. So I guess I knew what I knew, and I didn't try to deserve that. Again, my Chevy Cruze, y'all. Then my 2015 Equinox got stolen by a fake car repair shop, and that was a loophole, and I think they rubbed charcoal over the seats, and Lord knows why they needed that, if you know what I'm saying. Now that my rental is a white car, just kind of like the Equinox's color. Exactly, so. Wait, I don't remember how they could shock people until they believe that the Kiso looks like a Chevy Equinox. I know I had told y'all that before. Oh, I know that I still can't relax with everything I've been seeing. Okay? Tried to told you. I mean, I think genetics is using that black Dodge Durango to tell me that my assassin is going to impersonate Tober's camping to steal all the items that I would collect with Social Security. Like, for real, because I'm not going to be sitting here saving up gear for somebody to rob me of my identity and my gear and my dog. So I'm like wondering, when is my mom's place gonna be done being renovated, because I get the backyard. Yes, I get to build some. If I could keep away from these lights all the time. It even uses the side view mirror. The sun uses the hoodie. I gotta use my visors. I gotta use my hands. Like, I don't think I'm getting tired of that. I like what I'm doing, but I'm a little too scared to stay in South Carolina and end up in trouble for not having somewhere to stay. So I foresaw that somebody would Google the address, and it would have had to have been really recent, and Google Maps forgot to update or something. My driver's license, they were kind of silver geniuses about me using William Cornelius Road. So I had to use Trading Post Road, where my dad's house really used to be. And I'm still trying not to let these big semi trucks or big trucks behind me so I look like a train wreck with the GPS dot. So I'm gonna woosah at the stop sign of the off ramp and just get back on it after I chuck me a gallon. From the gallon water. Oh, is that when they wish for me to not use my signal? Go straight and not get stranded at the gas station? I think Nashville be trio, okay? And if you ever see an exit with a ton of hotel rooms and you do not want to stay in Nashville and you got a lot of to get you through there and you don't think they want to charm you into staying, my best guess is that they would snitch how their victims had 20 different hotels to sleep at if they were rich. What I think that's gonna be the ain't gonna snitch how idiosyncrasy they be doing. See how there's big trucks that are trying to make me look like a train wreck because there's an assassin in Wichita, Kansas? Well, this hoe is about to post up somewhere in between. So we found this. It's pretty dark and nice. Quiet and peaceful. Work, maybe. Okay, as we getting fitted. So we just woke up and it's like 3:19 in the morning. I woke up a couple of times. I played some games that pay some money, some like my Pokemon Go, and kind of contemplated what I want to do. So instead of waiting until about noon, I contemplated that we can just kind of get the ball rolling. I got my Facebook remittance deposit from the email confirmation yesterday. Nice. So I'm gonna put gas in my car. I'm heading to the next town. Springfield, Missouri. I'm gonna work for Uber. And then when I feel like whatever time I normally wake up, I'm gonna be cautious and maybe park. But I just feel like maybe I would get harassed before I knew how to move my car. Like every day is a new day. Like just maybe. When we're playing that game, expect the unexpected, and you just gotta kind of think of everyone as the bad guy or the antagonist or the middleman or the Illuminati puppet. I'm gonna go braid my hair without combing it out. See, all that witch brew flowchart evidence, I probably wanted a clean part so that I didn't look like a jailbird, you know, because I think they wait till you look the part and they call it being a slouchy person. But y'all, I'm not sure, but I kind of avoid anything and confrontation. So if I'm driving near fleets of cars, I'll sashay off the highway and get back on it. Like, it's the idiosyncrasies of the cars that matter to me the most. It could be something that I don't want to know the whole way to the next town or to Wichita, Kansas. It just could be my last chance to act on it, because the Illuminati wouldn't think you take it seriously, and then they would have called it what would they have called that? You knew it. You don't want to bigot the phrase you knew it. They just act like they can manipulate you all the way down to the bare bone. And it's convincing, y'all. I'm not sure. But I mean, I've been stitching bounty hunter magic on the back of my car kind of stuff and all that. So like, when those people think that they can convince people that the Earth's muscle memory is taunting and stuff, I think I can switch that's all that is, and then why am I still here if I look like a child molester in the face or whatever? Like, that's what's funny to me, is that I'm like, what to do or what not to do, and that's all that is. And yeah, I'm just driving around letting people know that I'm a whole piece of goodness right here, and there's still some hope left in the world. Okay. So we woke up like this. Look, we woke up like this. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Do I gotta scoot back so y'all can see like that? Already got the bar rolling. Hey, but what's been kind of annoying me for a while now is my camera, like the rule of thirds and the rotation on the camera from portrait to landscape mode is a wicked screech, y'all. Like, I know that's what it's trying to get me to feel like, but I'm just aware that that's not my MO or my forte or anything, so like it's it's not letting me turn on the auto brake. This car is like a Range Rover. It will let me and not let me do things at certain times. It's annoying. But only annoying if I go back to Wichita, Kansas to be a real retard. That's definitely more than a shoulder over there. Okay. I mean, honey, we're gonna find somewhere to pee so we can clear ourselves and feel free. I'd be waking up in the middle of the night to check Biddy's temperature and give her water and stuff. Here goes like another. And so I felt like she had a warm body temperature. I had to feed her a lot of water. And then I took my coat and covered her with that underneath the blanket. So I just had the blanket and she has like a cover from my coat underneath the blanket behind me and between the back seat. So that must have been hypothermia for a second. Okay, let's see if I get my auto brakes. No. Come on. See, back this way. Oh, well, that's just if you hold the brakes and let it go. That's kind of what I be doing, is the second I saw something, be like, release that. But in this car, the brights get me confused. But so I don't want to have this on full bright when I think I have it on auto. speed limit's 55. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the pace here. I feel like I only want to go 45. Okay, head up here. Ooh. Ooh. I think this Honda Accord over here has like probably more than one reason to be there, but I don't want to find out they'll flatten my tire when I am sitting on the toilet, and then that would be like, why? Well, that's mad upsetting. That's mad upsetting. Ooh. So yeah, been in my feelings about what we gonna do, but I think I was going to Nashville to pick up a flex drive. Oh, actually, I think I was going to Denver this time because Nashville is too trill for me. You know, I just mind my business. Next thing I know, I get hit with a bad rating right at the end of the day, y'all. So I'm just gonna shush and sashay away. Ooh, that carpet cleaner looked cheap enough to just do. I'm looking for a product called Cacrodion Mold Control for fabric. Yeah. Because you could get overboard with the Lysol laundry sanitizer, and I went to Dollar General, and all of this there was a smaller bottle for the same price as a bottle that was kind of mid-size. The biggest one they had, so they had like a tiny version for $3 and a big version for like 5 or 8 or something. I can't remember, but it was huge compared to the small one, and it was a big difference. So I poured that in the bucket that I bought, and luckily I had drank some of the water from the gallon that I wanted to use, but I poured all the water in the bucket and then the whole thing of Lysol laundry sanitizer. Then I just kind of swished the water around and that didn't work because I did a little more than just submerge the rag in the water with my gloves on and wring it out, because you just want some medium dampness and put some elbow grease into the carpet. And if you do that like 20 times a day, like after every rideshare request for a month, it's gonna be amazing, especially if you're still looking to get that car deep cleaning that I was gonna do at Davis Moore. For like $90. It's a 5-hour clean. I had to verify with them this time, like what kind of clean. And so I think this mold control fabric product would just kind of make me feel at ease about Like, is there a scent that I'm not smelling, you know? So that's just what I'm worried about when it comes to car rentals, Uber rentals, and doing my thing and not try to pretend that my job is more important than the car's cleanliness. I've got to do an emergency shower. I'm going to go get some more water. I'm just going to act like I don't already have like 2 big gallons of water in my car. Go to Dollar General and grab those skunk pads that come in like 10 or 20 because they're really, I like those. I'm just gonna park at Dollar General and clean my clothes in a bucket and my body real good. And then I probably even could take a shower. I might use a bucket to dip my head in a shower. I might use a bucket just for like a sponge or something. But we're back to when I had a Equinox and I would just park somewhere, and I filmed myself because you could film your butt cheeks on the internet, but you can't, like, yeah, the other part. So like I was just filming me and Minnie. We were at a graveyard behind a church, mind you. So I tried to keep things respectful, and it was like just a little north of Blythewood, South Carolina. So that was pretty fun for me, but yeah, I don't want to get caught in the in-betweens. My car is clean, and I want to match that persona. I don't want to just take off like a little boy every time something doesn't go my way. And by the way, we're in Springfield, Missouri. I'm headed to Full Sail University, Orlando, Florida, and I'm at this rate, I'm not even stopping through my family's William Cornelius Road in Columbia, South Carolina. Plus, I'm scared that people's coming up with an alibi that my family is too important to get caught up in any illegal activity. So I'm just kind of staying clear of anything that points fingers, because it could take you out of your element. I have a dog. I have my miniature Doberman Pinscher. My bitty member. Hey, babe. Hey, honey, babe. Okay. Hey, look at me. Don't just, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, girl. Okay, hey. We're parking. I think I'm parking at the same park as what? Oh, I was gonna do a body scrub too, that's why. Ooh. About to go get an oil change. Paid for. Y'all, these hoes is tripping. Who thinks they know a world full of child molesters? I put 10,000 miles on this rental in a month. I think it was at like 38,000, y'all. Can you believe that? Believe that? Oh, man, my nose is gonna tickle. Want some in the back of your butt, honey? So right now, every time I go into public in between these cities, there's like some weird stuff going on outside at the air stains the inside. These cars is just producing beamers all night now. Do you see that? Is that they just produce beamers all night? Ain't that boring?